afternoon, everybody. Today I wanted to talk to you about the narcissist and their shame, rage, abuse cycle. The narcissist has a lot of shame, and the shame is all of the things that they're doing bad to you and to other people out there. They have that shame for that. It's just a natural occurrence. Whether we like it or not, we're going to have that shame connected to us. And so that shame is something that they always press down. And that's what I always say is under the carpet. They shove it under the carpet, and as they get older, there's big lumps in the carpet, big mountains of junk under the carpet they haven't dealt with. And by the time they're 30 and 40 and 50, that stuff just starts spewing out of them. They really can't even help it anymore. It gets worse because they're older, they're tired, they don't have their looks anymore. And there's so much stuff, so much shame that's built up that they haven't dealt with. And they're so detached. As they get older, they get more and more detached from their true self. Now we know they're completely detached, but they continue to get worse. I mean, really. I think in early stages, there's more of them there. As they get older, they get more and more detached to where there's absolutely nothing there but a shell. And so what happens is in these moments of shame, whether it just comes back to haunt them in their depression, or whether you bring it out of them by bringing up their accountability and how you're addressing the fact that they did something wrong, or they continue to do something wrong, or they have been lying to you or cheating on you or stealing from you, whatever. Well, the reaction to that is to rage and to abuse, because they can't deal with it. That is their protective mechanism. They can't deal with the shame, so when it's brought up, they rage real quick. And then, of course, they'll leave you, ghost you, and silent treatment you. They cannot have their true self to mirror back to them. That's their worst nightmare. All they ever want to see is a mirror of how good they are, of good things and admiration, all the goals that they've accomplished, all the goals you accomplished through them, through their help, all the things they've accumulated, all the awards, how their children turned out so well because of them. And so when you bring up anything bad in their life that goes against that mask, that pristine mask that they're wearing, the fantasy, like I said, they always work on making this really good, okay? But underneath the mask, under here, in here, they don't work on it at all. But the mask is always the false, and that's the problem. The problem is they're always working on this, but this is how they can maneuver this and make this look better to you and to everybody else. But it's to make the lie look better. That's the problem. It's not that it's just it's not their character, it's their false character. And it would be nice. See, the problem is you can get involved in their false character, meaning what they portrayed to you in the very beginning, and you fell in love with that. And when you fall in love with that, that's why they call it the lie. You fell in love with a lie. But it's hard for you to put it down sometimes. So what you see is what they portrayed to you. It looked really good. And you think in your mind that maybe they can accomplish actually walking that kind of life out. what you met originally, but it's just not possible. They walked you down a fake realization of who they were, with a bunch of lies intertwined in it to make you believe the false things also about who they were and where they came from and what they went through, which were also lies. So it's not just what you see, but it's also the history behind that mask. See, the mask has a history as well that they've made up. It has a history of where they came from, the things they went through, the all the trials and tribulations that they made it through to become this glorious individual, from a victim to being a hero. And that's not true at all. Their history is a lie. Their presentation to you was a lie. Their current is a lie, and their future faking is a lie. And if you were to see where they really came from, or their true history, it would be completely and utterly different. Because what they are is an amalgamation. If you were to take a puzzle and each piece to the puzzle was a different human being, but say it took 100 pieces to make the puzzle, you know, they have 1,000-piece puzzle, you know, the little pieces. That's the narcissist. The narcissist mask is basically an accumulation of the 1,000 pieces, or the 100 pieces, however you want to look at it, of the people that they have been involved with in their life. Whether it be friends, family, co-workers, people from school, college, love partners, friendships, enemies, whatever. Doesn't matter. They take things, they take stories, like they may hear a story one day about their friend that went to the museum today and saw some, Egyptian artifacts, and it was great. And then they went out to lunch to the Ritz-Carlton and ate at, BLT steak. And then he got a massage and had a few drinks on top of their roof and a mud bath or something. And then they go out with you that evening after just hearing the story from their friend, and they'll be explaining to you that that's what they did. This is how delusional their life has become. And that's why when you're searching for answers with them, and you're seeing that their actions don't meet their words, and then you start to bring these matters up, or you catch them in things, they will rage. Because they know that this is all a lie. So they can delude themselves. They can be delusional. They can be in denial. They can be denial much easier when you accept everything and just give them their admiration and sort of things like that. Then they can walk out their denial and just continue on. But when you adjust or address things is when they're going to rage on you. They're going to leave you. They're going to ghost you. And then they'll come back after they felt like they punished you with enough silence. And then when that matter comes up again, it's like, well, we've already dealt with that. Just let it go. Let's start over. You're always starting over with the narcissist. You can't ever go back into that conversation and come to a resolution. And that's where the empath, especially, or the partner, will get, you know, continually get upset, man, because there's never an answer. They never deal with things, and then you want to deal with things because you want them to either be a better person, you want to have a better relationship, and you know you can only be better if you guys come to a truthful agreement and grow with each other. But they don't grow with anybody. It's weird because they believe that they're independent, or they feel like they, in a lot of ways, in their denial, they tell themselves they're independent. That's why they have no problem leaving you, right? But they can't leave anybody. So that's where they're completely codependent. So they really seek independence, but they have absolute codependence upon everybody because of their abandonment issues. And because they have to distract themselves from themselves. So they have to have always something out there, out here, that distracts them from in here. That's why they can't be alone. And they can be in denial. A lot of times it's much easier when it's just you and them. But where it becomes, where they can't be in denial is when there's somebody of authority. If there was a police officer, or there's a somebody that they greatly, highly respect, then they're going to turn off all their manipulations in their presence, you see. And so that's why you know that they know exactly what they're doing, and they will only manipulate when it benefits them. And if it doesn't benefit them, they're going to choose to not manipulate in those moments of time. But that's how you know that they know exactly what they're doing, and they choose to be who they are. They feed the mask. What they put, you know, when you invest, you know, you talk about investing in a relationship. Well, the narcissist invests in the mask because they feel like if they invest in the mask, that gives them power. The mask is where they get their power, in their opinion. That when they're truthful, you know, truth is something that they can't live by. They've never been truthful. And at this point in time, it hurts for them to even go in and to seek truth, because they're absolutely opposed to truth, and their life reflects the opposition to truth, which is the lie. And so they can't do that because it hurts so bad at this point that they can't even think down that road. So they find people that they can manipulate, whether it's family, friends, love partners, and they will manipulate them into believing the mask, that they're a wonderful person, that they're out helping people, that they're hard workers, they love their family, they have style and charisma, and they're dedicated. But that's not true at all. A lot of times they won't have you meet their friends, because if you meet their friends, you're going to see that there's a different them, and you're going to find them out. So they compartmentalize. That's what the enemy does. He compartmentalizes everything and everybody. And so does the narcissist. They do that all the time. A lot of times you don't meet their friends until you've been with them for a long time, because at that point in time they've got you so beat down that you just want to get through the day without an argument. And so this is how their life is. It's all a sham. And basically their friends, family, and all the people that they manipulate that believe the false mask, they are their barrier, their protective wall from the world. You see, that wall is their barrier. It keeps everybody out that doesn't believe the mask. And anybody inside the walls are people that agree with the mask. And so they're addicted to people. They're addicted to people that admire the mask and give them things. And they will do anything for narcissistic supply, which is validation of the mask. It's kind of like if they're walking around with, you know, Jason Voorhees, right? He has that hockey mask or whatever. So just picture the narcissist wearing that white hockey mask all the time, and that everybody that knows them, that is friends with them, that sees them on a regular basis, they feed that white mask. Just picture them wearing a white mask all the time, the hockey mask. But, you know, after you've found them out and you start to address their issues and they don't like it, they rage you, they leave you, and they can't be with you. So they have to smear you because they can't control you. They can't control you from opposing the mask. So now they have to control you by smearing you. So they're controlling you through other people and other people's opinions and accusations about how they falsified you. So now they're wearing a mask, but what do? So they're treating you bad. I always say they treat you bad, but then they make it like they're the victim and you're treating them bad. Like what they're doing to you is now, they always, when they do a smear campaign, it's now they are you and you are them. Okay, so now basically what they're saying is that you're wearing the mask, that you're the fake, you're the lie, you see? And they're the truth. And that's what the smear campaign is. And playing the victim, they get more out of that. It's better if they can play the victim. So that's just how their shame, rage, abuse cycles are. They have to rage when they feel their true self's shame, because somehow they've either thought about it, and it's surfaced somehow, or you are accusing them of doing something and they don't want to believe it. So that's their protective mechanism. To blame you. To project. See, the projection is to put the mask on you. You're wearing what they're doing. But you're not. You're not them. But when you accept it, it's almost like you're accepting to wear the mask. I didn't do it, but I'll take the pain for it. Give me the mask, I'll put it on. And we'll make you look great. But it's not true. They're shitty and they know it. Anyway, peace. Have a good day, y'all. Sold you out.